Good morning. You see what we have here? Sprout 2.0. We're gonna go over here to Modern Beach Supply. I'm gonna do a little board review on this beautiful thing. Let's go. See this thing? Finally, I've got the Sprout 2.0. I've been riding this board for, I don't know, 2 years, secretly testing, trying to get this design right. Because there's a lot of different things going on here that weren't happening with the original Sprout. First off, this one is a 10-footer. This one was shaped by Ryan Engle. This particular one that we're reviewing this morning is glassed in volant cloth. It's pretty special. One thing I've always wanted to do with the Thunderbolt stuff is have that traditional DNA paired with the performance values that the Thunderbolt blanks offer. To see a Thunderbolt blank with the carbon fiber and all of that, but then it's glassed in volant cloth, it really complements this particular design. Let's talk a little bit about the bottom compared to the first one. Oh, this fin goes so good in here. Anyway, this one's Thunderbolt Silver. One major difference between this board and the original one was I finally got to add that edge. I've been adding to basically all of my traditional longboards these days. I know it's nothing new in surfboards, but it's kind of new to traditional longboards. Adding edge has just been an absolute game changer for my traditional quote-unquote longboarding. Because my boards are so advanced, I can't really call myself a traditional longboarder anymore, although that's where I come from. Anyway, yeah, edge in the tail, that's different. I added a little bit more roll. Ryan and I extended the concave, maxing it out on this particular design. I've ridden deeper concaves, but they get to a point where they're a little too gaggy. I think Ryan just really nailed this one. It's at about 46 inches in the 10-foot Sprout. The second thing that's really different is those rails. Quite a bit, I wouldn't say bladey, but just really thinned out the rails so the board sits in the wave better. This board nose rides in the pocket super duper good. Something else that's different is I was able to squeak in this like subliminal step deck here, which allows the board to flex and bend, and you can really utilize those Thunderbolt components in the blank. So this board like twists and like grooves and moves when you're up on the nose. Just gets a little bit more intimate and a little bit more controllable and a little bit more feely when you're up here nose riding and hanging 10. Also, back in the tail, a bit of a baby step deck allows the tail to twist and spring out of its turns. The other thing that's really pronounced and different here is adding that super user-friendly tail flip. I think over the past few years, people have been increasing their tail rocker. For this board being like a specialty nose riding surfboard, I felt like, you know what, let's just give the people what they want. Let's make this thing like the easiest board in the world to nose ride. So let's max out the tail flip, which we've done. So you can see here, step deck, step deck. So when you go to the nose, the board slows down. When you're standing in this high point, the board goes the fastest. And then when you step back, the board is most controllable. Steering wheel, gas pedal, brake. And that's the rhythm, like I always say this, but like that's the rhythm in which these longboards ride the best. I think it's really easy to understand these surfboards. They're super easy to ride. The 9.3 comes in 71.5 liters. The 9.6 is 76.17 liters. The 9.9 is 82.3 liters. And the 10.0 is 84.64 liters. Plenty of boards in there, plenty of volumes in there for everybody to find one of these things that fits them like a glove. Let's talk about my fin selection. I always pair a big wide square tail with some sort of pivot fin. This one is the classic pivot 10.5 from Flying Diamonds of California. I think that this fin has been kind of the most well-rounded fin that I have. It's not the best fin for nose riding, it's not the best fin for turning, but it's a really nice common ground. Is another fin I would recommend. 10.5 nose rider fin. So if you were just hell-bent on nose riding, this is a really good option. This has the most amount of tip. This is like the anti-slip out fin. This is the OG shit right here. I've been riding this fin since I was 20 years old. The Flying Diamonds 11-inch Cali pivot. This is like my go-to pivot fin, the fin I grew up on, the quintessential pivot fin design. This fin would also work extremely well in this board. Really easy to nose ride, so on and so forth. Classic pivot, Cali pivot, nose rider. That's a lot of choices there. And these are basically the only fins that I run in this board. And I'll go back and forth with all of them. There's a bunch of stuff over here though. Come by Modern Beach Supply, come hang out. We're here a lot. Follow us on Instagram, Subtotal Distribution. Go to my website, cjnelsondesigns.com, and thank you for the support. Sprout 2.0, things gonna go crazy.